Over the past 3 years, some of the best baseball in New Jersey has been played in the scenic hills of the Northwest, a picturesque place known as Blairstown. Off of Route 94, you'll find the friendly confines of Blair Academy, home to back-to-back-to-back Prep A baseball state champions. Let me say that again. Back-to-back-to-back. The 2015 Buccaneers squad seeks an unprecedented 4th title in a row. First, the Bucs are tasked with replacing some pretty big holes left from graduating seniors.
Liam Sabino was our shortstop for 4 years, now playing at Vanderbilt. That's a huge hole. Losing Sean Lebreski as our #1 pitcher, also and just such a competitor on the mound, and then our leadoff guy has the all-time school record and season record for stolen bases at Blair. So those two guys right off the bat were huge losses. And we graduated 4 other seniors that were all very good.
3 Buccaneer seniors have the chance to win 4 straight Prep A titles, a feat that has never been accomplished during Jim Stone's tenure as head coach. While huge factors in the team's previous success, these 3 will be called upon to lead a brand new squad into uncharted territory.
We have 3 seniors, all 3 of them are captains that have been with us for 4 years, and all of them played 4 years ago. They got better every year, and this year we expect great things from them, as well as some great leadership, and that's Eddie Lear, Christian Sook, and Brett Lebreski. All 3 of our top 3 pitchers. Also our top 3 players, along with Neil Ring, who's been with us for 2 years. How far we go will be based on what they do, basically, and then how they help the young guys along. That's been the great thing about what we've done at Blair, is that our older players have helped the young guys really develop and understand the way we like to play and the commitment that's needed to play here. And now it's those 3 captains' job to bring on our young guys.
Talent certainly helps, but there are some quintessential characteristics of the Blair baseball program that have contributed to its sustained success over the years.
We play hard. We play hard, we don't quit, we battle through the end, we manufacture runs. And we live off playing great defense and manufacturing runs. We've never been a team that's just lined up 9 guys and said, go hit. We're going to run, we're going to bunt, we're going to hit and run, we're going to squeeze. We're going to do everything that we can to score runs. And our philosophy is score a run an inning. If you do that a lot, you're probably going to have some good wins in there. And that's our goal.
Standing in the way of a 4th straight championship are the rival Peddie Falcons, the team that bested the Bucs 7-1 earlier in the year. Blair seeks its revenge next on Strive.
And with that, we welcome you here to Strive Network's coverage of Blair Buccaneers baseball this afternoon. The Buccaneers, aforementioned, take on their rivals, the Peddie Falcons. Brett Luthner, Tom Monfiletto here at Wakefield Diamond on the campus of Blair. And we're looking right now at this game, and they always like to say throw out the records when rivals get together, but both teams have had success in recent years in the Maple and in the state of New Jersey.
Yeah, Brett, and it is always a back and forth here between Blair and Peddie. Obviously, we heard in the intro, Blair has won back-to-back-to-back state championships, which is a pretty incredible feat in itself. Peddie is not afraid of them. They never have been, they never will be, and they always kind of look at Blair as their equal. It's a rivalry game. It's something that both teams really get up for. Earlier in the year, we saw Peddie best Blair by a score of 71 in a game that they completely dominated. They battled through the elements, and they won that game. And this is a hungry Peddie team coming off a good win against Lawrenceville that's looking for a W here today.
As the Buccaneers take the field, before we get to our player spotlight, quickly on the Peddie starting lineup, Jonathan Hu is the shortstop leading off. Mike Ferraro is center field batting second. Batting third is the catcher, Peter Manny. Batting fourth is Baraka Wilson in right field. Alex Hermanson, the pitcher, batting fifth. Scott Miller, the second baseman, hitting sixth. Mike Peters at first base hitting seventh. Christian Bartholomew is the left fielder hitting eighth. And Joe Bulger is hitting ninth. He is the third baseman. They'll go up against the player we're profiling today, pitching for the Buccaneers, Christian Sook.
And Christian Sook is the ace of this staff, no question about it. He is a phenomenal pitcher. Headed to Nicholls State next year, Division I program down south, and he's 2-1 on the year. He has 21 strikeouts, I believe, and he has just been absolutely phenomenal. Has a great fastball, can locate it anywhere, and he just comes after people. He's a winner, too. He came in his freshman year. He came in, closed the door for the state championship last year. Last year, he was pretty instrumental. He was very instrumental in getting Blair to the championship as he got them there in the semifinal game to put them in the winners bracket. 2 years ago, won the clincher against the Hun School. So he is everything you read about, a truly special player, and excited to be able to see him pitch today.
What's remarkable is his strikeouts to walk ratio. He's got 29 strikeouts and only 3 base on balls issued. So Christian Sook definitely with the control. He's done that in 20 1/3 innings pitched. Allowed only 19 hits. Four games. He's relieved one and got the save in it. 3 starts, 2 complete games. We are underway here in Blairstown. That pitch is taken for a ball. James Lebo behind the plate. Jeff Churchill on the bases. Those are your umpires this afternoon. And that pitch is in there for a strike, 1-1.
He works so fast too, Brett, and it's really great for his players behind him, always in the game.
The 1-1 is fouled back and out of play, and the count's now 1-2 to Jonathan Hu.
So important, his pace, and it's something that's been really fun to watch over the past couple of years. His pace is so great, and players always on their toes in the field.
That's fouled off. We'll have another 1-2. That buzzer you heard in the background is there's a girls lacrosse game going on directly behind us.
Yeah,
Blair
threw me off a little bit there, Brett, not going to lie.
Blair taking on Vernon, and they've just hit halftime over there. Last time I checked, it was 6-5 Vernon late in the first half. 1-2, swung on and missed. Got him with a fastball, and there's one out here, top half of the first.
Another great start to a game from Christian Sook. Just fills up the strike zone. Just a phenomenal start getting it going. Mainly fastballs there. I think it was all fastballs there. And arms feeling good today.
I'll bring up Mike Ferraro, the center fielder. Back-to-back seniors for Peddie to start the game off here. Against Christian Sook, who winds and delivers. Swing and a miss. There's another fastball. He's gone with nothing but. And it's 0-1.
Ferraro, a phenomenal football player as well. Played safety and wide receiver for the Falcons.
The 0-1. There's a breaking ball and it missed. Counts 1-1. Sook has got sort of a 3/4 delivery. Will drop it down if need be. Does there with a fastball. And it's a strike, 1-2.
Take a look at this K that he tossed against Johnny Hu in the first inning. Just well-located fastball, as this one is as well.
Yeah, half swing on that one, striking out Ferraro. Back-to-back strikeouts for Sook to start things off here in the top half of the first. And I'll bring up Peter Manny. Solid hitting catcher for the Peddie Falcons.
Peter Manny headed to Johns Hopkins next year. Always one of the best programs in the country.
Fouls that one off, 0-1.
Manny, Hermanson, we'll talk about both of these guys here today. They just love the game of baseball. I remember going to watch the state finals last year between Blair and Lawrenceville at Peddie, and both players were there for the entirety of the tournament as this one comes in high. And just really locked in. They love the game, love watching their peers, seeing where they're at, and really fun to watch them play over their careers.
One there for a strike, 1-2. Again, right now, Sook is dialed in with the fastball here. He's only thrown a couple breaking balls. Hasn't really needed to go there yet. 1-2, another weak swing, and it's missed. And so Sook strikes out the side in the top half of the first. For Peddie, 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the first. Peddie Falcons, nothing, and the Blair Buccaneers coming to bat. As we head to the bottom half of the first here at Wakefield Diamond, scoreless between Blair and Peddie. The Blair Buccaneers lineup for you. They'll start Neil Ring in right field, leading things off. David Hidalgo Gatto is the catcher, batting second. Ed Lair is the shortstop, hitting third. Normally plays third base, but today he's at short. He's the third hitter. Brett Lubreski is in center field, hitting fourth. Christian Sook, the pitcher, batting fifth. Kyle Walker is in left field, hitting sixth. Arlen Lopez is the third baseman today. He'll hit seventh. Mike Andreas is at first base, hitting eighth. And Tommy Kimmelman is at second base, batting ninth for head coach Jim Stone's Blair Buccaneers.
And we talk about Coach Stone. Played his ball at the University of North Carolina. He's also the athletic director in his 22nd season here. Back-to-back Prep A championships, a truly incredible feat. And you watch this team, you see them in practice, you see them before the game. They're just so well managed, and it's like a well-oiled machine watching everything go through, especially infield, outfield. Some call him the best fungo hitter in the land. Little bit debatable, but it is a thing of beauty when you see it in action. And he has been doing a phenomenal job leading this Buccaneer team for all of these years, and truly a championship caliber coach, and somebody that is all business when it comes to on the field play. And their practices are very well run, and they're always ready for big games.
First pitch swinging, driven out deep left field. That is going to drop and get close to the wall and roll up against it. And Ring on the first pitch has got himself a leadoff double.
Beautiful swing by Neil Ring on the first pitch to get things going. Blair is not wasting any time here today as we take another look at the swing. Just dips, rips, crushes it. Great swing by the senior. Headed to Old Dominion next year.
And Neil Ring, that is his, he had 5 doubles in the first 10 games of the season. He's got himself a double here to lead things off against their rivals, the Peddie Falcons. And so, Hermanson in trouble early. It brings up David Hidalgo Gatto, who squares the bunt and lays it down. A little hard there, but they'll get the job done. Sacrifice successful, 3-4. And it moves the runner Ring over to third with 1 out.
And Blair will do that. They will absolutely do that. They're going to play small ball. They're going to manufacture runs all day. You get a runner in scoring position. He's going to get to third. Great job by Hidalgo Gatto getting the job done.
So with 1 out, it's going to bring up Ed Lair, the shortstop for today. And he rips this one into right field. That is going to be foul as it was fading away, and it counts 0-1.
There are a few things in life Eddie Lair likes more than that right field line, Brett. He's been peppering it all season long. His statistics are absolutely ludicrous. He's batting .529 on the year. He's doing a great job for this Buccaneer team.
And 3 home runs for the Buccaneers. Lair's got 2 of them. He's also driven in 13 to lead the team in that category as well. Hermanson comes set with the 0-1. Tried to bend one in and it missed. It counts 1-1. So now Hermanson will get set again here and deal a 1-1. This one bounced out to the left side and through for a base hit. Into scores Ring. It's an RBI single for Lair. And the Blair Buccaneers take a 1-0 lead.
A great piece of hitting by Eddie Lair. He is really, really seeing the ball well, Brett, and continues his hot streak here for the Bucks. Great to get on the board early here in the first.
Brett Lubreski now steps to the plate. Lubreski's been struggling a little bit, the left-handed hitter. Looking to break out of a funk here against Peddie. Pitch missed outside, 1-0. Manny tried to frame it.
Be a perfect time to do it. I have all the confidence in the world that Brett's going to be able to figure this out and turn it around. He's been such a huge factor in this team's success over the past few years.
The 1-0, another one that missed up high, and it counts 2-0.
Standout basketball player as well, one of the key components for a Maple League champion team this year.
Lubreski will face a 2-0. That's in there for a strike, 2-1. A little interesting footnote before the next pitch. Jim Stone, as you mentioned, played his ball at the University of North Carolina. Our home plate umpire, James Lebo, is a third cousin of Jeff Lebo, former North Carolina Tar Heel guard. That one missed up high, and it counts 3-1.
Some interesting stuff there. A lot of North Carolina influence here, especially you can see it in the uniforms as well, as you see some of the baby blue creeping in to the letters on the Blair jersey.
The 3-1, it's going to be fouled off, and it counts 3-2. Yep, the navy blue jerseys trimmed out in, some will call it light blue, I'm sure Coach Stone will call it Carolina blue, and the white pants for the Buccaneers. Both teams wearing white pants today in navy jerseys. Peddie's trim is a little different. Payoff pitch, runner going down the line, left field. That's a base hit. Around second, heading to third is Blair. He's going to stop there. Coming into second, sliding, is Lubreski, and sure enough, Tom, Lubreski gets himself a double here with one out.
Yeah, great swing, staying back on the baseball. When he's swinging it well, he's going the opposite field. We'll take another look at this swing here from the side angle. And that's just an excellent swing. Stays on it beautifully. That's his thing. That is his power right there. Center field, left field. Pulling off the ball a little bit early in the season. And this time, that's a great, great swing on it. Puts it down the left field line. Gets two more runners in scoring position for the Buccaneers. So dangerous early in the game.
And dangerous at the plate here. Christian Sook now to batter. In the first 10 games, hitting .292. 7 RBIs. That missed for a ball. He's also got 4 doubles, so anything gap, and we're probably going to see 2 come across. Buccaneers already lead 1-0. Pitch is up high, and now Armidson's having trouble finding his strike zones, 2-0. Excellent weather here for baseball, albeit a bit crisp and cool, but still great weather. The 2-0 fouled straight up. Will this make it back? It looks so, and
looks like Manny dropped it at the backstop. This is a good pitch from Herbinson. Spoiled opportunity there from Peddie to be able to get a dangerous hitter out here. We saw Christian Sook taking BP today. His swing looked so smooth. Put a couple balls out, actually.
If that's could not quite tell, couldn't quite catch it in time on our monitors either. If that's a drop, that's an E2.
I think he did get a glove on it. It was tough to see from here, but unfortunately, I think he did get a glove on it, so bit of a missed opportunity there.
2-1 is low, and it counts now 3-1. So yeah, it's there is an E2 in there somewhere to keep the at-bat alive. The pitch. That's called for a strike, and the count's now full. Be interesting to see how much motion will be on the base paths here with a full count and 1 out. A little bit. Payoff is bounced out to the left side. Throw across the diamond is in time for the out, but the run will score as Blair waited for that throw to be made. Good job of base running by both Blair and Lubreski. It'll be an RBI for Sook, and the Buccaneers lead 2-0.
Yeah, I agree. I like this base running. You read the ball down and you take off. You read where the infielders are, and you make a great read on it, and that's the benefit of having a really good walking lead, a good secondary lead off of third base there. Really good base running from this Buccaneer team.
So now 2-0 Bucks, and it brings up Kyle Walker. First pitch swinging and a miss, 0-1. Walker in those first 10 games hitting at a .233 clip with 4 RBIs. Neil Ring, by the way, is the only other Buccaneer to hit a home run this season. 0-1, skied foul over the Peddie dugout, and it counts 0-2.
Kyle Walker also playing some shortstop this year. Obviously, the Bucks had a huge hole to fill in Liam Sabino, who's off playing at Vanderbilt now. So Kyle Walker doing some of the duties at short. Eddie Blair playing there today.
The 0-2 missed it, and again, trying to frame it was Manny. Counts 1 and 2.
And Walker, I mean, there are a lot of versatile players on this Buccaneer team, Brett, that can play a ton of different positions. Walker being able to move to left field to take over for the usual starting Kevin Holliday.
1-2, skied out to right. Getting under it is Wilson. He'll make the catch, and the inning is over. But 2 across for the Buccaneers on 3 hits, and they leave 1 on. We've played 1. Buccaneers 2 and the Peddie Falcons nothing here on Strive Network. Back here at Wakefield Diamond, 2-0 Blair in the top half of the second. Defensive alignment for the Blair Buccaneers, as brought up on the screen now. First to third, Andreas at first, Kimmelman at second, Lairs the shortstop, and Lopez at third. Walker, Lubreski, and Ring from left to right in the outfield, and the battery, Hidalgo Gatto behind the plate, catching Christian Suck.
Baraka Wilson, a very, very good athlete. Played safety for the Falcons on the football field this season.
Fouled that one off, 0-1. Scoreboard behind us has just now changed. The 0-1. Check swing. Did go around. Well, the scoreboard says 1 and 2, so. So the pitch from Sook to Baraka Wilson. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Sook's worked so fast that we missed a pitch in there. And so 1 away. 4th consecutive strikeout, all swinging for Sook.
So impressive. Just seeing him walk to the field today. He just had such conviction. He was wearing a Superman t-shirt under his jersey. And you knew he was coming. He was ready to get the job done here today.
Alex Hermanson watched that breaking ball miss for a ball 1-0. Sook is now ready and deals. Gets it in there for a strike, 1-1.
He's throwing pretty hard today too, Brett.
Yeah.
Something about the weather maybe. He's definitely got a little pep in his step. That's for sure.
The 1-1 foul to the screen. It's 1-2.
Hermanson's such a good hitter as well. Last year in this very game that we streamed between Blair and Peddie, Hermanson hit a double to the wall in right center field off of Sook. So I can guarantee you Sook remembers that, and I think Alex does too.
It'll be a 1-2. Breaking ball fouled off. Good way to stay alive there by Hermanson. Count stays at 1-2. Scott Miller awaits on deck for the Falcons.
Hermanson also a kid that gets the job done in the offseason in the weight room. He's lost some weight. He looks much more athletic. He looks better. Somebody very dedicated to the game. He's going to play in college when all's said and done.
1-2 is up, and it counts now 2-2. Tell you, real good rhythm here by Christian Suck early on. The 2-2. In there for a strike at the inside corner. Hermanson not too happy about it, but there's 2 away. 5 straight strikeouts now for Sook. The first one in the backwards K variety.
Have you ever seen the movie The Scout with Brendan Fraser?
Not
Brett?
seen it. I've seen clips of it, but not the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
Funny feeling you're going to bring that in a reference. That one's in there for a strike, 0-1 to Scott Miller. But go ahead.
Well, the main character in it retires all 27 batters via the strikeout.
That breaking ball's fouled. Good job there to call for the breaking ball by Hidalgo Gatto, and Sook got on top of that one. And Miller barely fouled it off, 0-2. So Christian Sook away with the baseball. Moving right along. That's fouled to the screen. We'll do it again. And that is the one thing, Tom, that you'll know all too well. When a pitcher is really feeling good, the rhythm is usually quick. Now Sook has got his sign, winds and deals. Fouled again.
And Christian is he's somebody that is I don't want to say angry, but he's never really in a great mood when he's pitching. So he will come after and he will challenge hitters. And I guarantee you, if he doesn't strike out the side here, you're going to see him get pretty upset. Just a very, very intense baseball player.
Bulldog mentality as he missed with the breaking ball there, 1-2. And now winds and deals. Another breaking ball. That didn't miss by much, but still missed, and the count's now run full. Although the scoreboard's a little bit behind on it. Pitch. Skied it. Left side. Chasing it down. Walker. He's under it. And makes the play, and the inning is over. So, no, he doesn't strike out the side. Just gets 2 more. But it's another 3 up, 3 down. We head to the bottom of the second, and the Buccaneers lead 2-0 here on Strive Network. Head to the bottom of the second here at Wakefield Diamond on the campus of Blair Academy. 2-0 the Buccaneers with the lead. Alan Lopez, Mike Andreas, and Tommy Kilman due up for the Bucks.
Lopez, a cool story, getting into the game here, playing third base. As we said, there had to be kind of a shuffling here with Kevin Holliday being injured. But Lopez broke his leg during the JV football season and kind of getting right back into it here today.
And swings and fouls it off, 0-1.
Oh, he's playing third base. I don't think he's moving as well as he wants to be able to move, but it's all part of the recovery process, and he looks pretty darn good.
The 0-1, curveball's hit out to short. Who picks it up, throws it across the diamond in time, 1 out. So Lopez retired, 6-3, and brings up Mike Andreas. Andreas has had his struggles on the season in terms of the bat, not so with the glove. The left-hander watches that one sail up high, 1-0.
Andreas, another great all-around just human being, transferred from the Hun School of Princeton. He's repeating his junior year, doing great things for the Buccaneers this year.
And that's in there for a strike, 1-1.
Playing some first base today. He's played some right field this year, so just nice, well-rounded player, nice, well-rounded addition to the Bucks this year.
1-1 is up high, 2-1. Wind picking up a little bit here at Wakefield Diamond. Temperatures, if you're in the sun, it's about in the mid-50s. When you're in the shade, a little bit cooler, such as we are. That's missed, and it counts now 3-1.
We are in the shade. It's a really good point.
And so Hermanson will deal a 3-1. That's in there for a strike, and the counts run full. Tommy Kimmelman awaits on deck for the Blair Buccaneers, who have themselves a 2-0 lead here, home half of the second. Payoff pitch misses outside. It's ball 4. First walk issued by Hermanson. And it comes with 1 out here in the second.
Yeah, Hermanson has done a really good job of not giving up free bases this year, only with 5 walks on the entire season. So he's doing a great job so far in that regard, and a good at-bat by Andreas to really work the count.
And it brings up Kimmelman, who swings and misses, 0-1. Kimmelman hitting .320 with no homers and 3 RBIs.
Kimmelman, a senior, been with the program, been through the program for a while.
This one lined right to shortstop. The throw back to first is not going to be in time. So Kimmelman lines out to who at short, and there's 2 away. Brings up Neil Ring at the top of the order.
Johnny Hu, a really, really nice talent, been coming on, improving his game a lot over the years. He's a regular starter.
So Ring is back into the box for the second time. He doubled on the first pitch, lead things off for the Buccaneers in the bottom of the first. Doesn't offer it that one as it's low on the breaking ball, 1-0. Ring got things started with a double, sacrificed over to third, and then Ed Blair knocked him home with a single. Another curveball that misses, and it's 2-0. Blair was eventually driven home by a Christian Sook groundout, and that's where we stand at 2-0 here, home half of the second. Hermanson is set and delivers, and he's got himself a 3-0 count now.
And you look at Neil Ring, he's a well-built, stocky guy, not your typical size for a leadoff hitter, but it's something that Coach Stone has really been experimenting with that leadoff spot, and he's done a great job so far.
3-0 misses low, ball 4. There's 2 on and 2 out for Hidalgo Gato.
And the shuffling of the lineup is something that Coach Stone has been doing throughout the season. Brett trying to find something that he's really comfortable with, a lineup that will manufacture runs in the way and get a rhythm going. I think today he's probably pretty pleased with it, putting up 2 runs in the first inning and really getting things going here. So now he's got his 2-hitter, who's the best bunter on the team, and Hidalgo Gato, who's going to have an opportunity to move these runners over. Get them into at least into scoring position, or with 2 outs, hopefully drive them in. But it looks like we're going to make some changes here. Hermanson's going to come out of the game. It's a kind of a short leash for Hermanson, but he is coming off of a complete game against Lawrenceville earlier in the year, Brett, where he went 7 innings and threw a decent amount of pitches. So could be just some fatigue that you saw here. As we said earlier, walks are not really very common for him. So looks like Coach Eric Treese has found something that he didn't like, and he's gonna change it quickly. And it's always a juggle that these coaches and managers have to consider, is how to save your pitching and how to really work with your pitching and how to protect your best guys as well. So we have a substitution in here right now, a pitching change early in the game.
Well, and all sorts of changes going on here as Mike Peters now moves over to third. And trying to track all of them down as it goes along. It looks like it's moving over to shortstop is Bulger. And they've now put Jonathan, who heads to the outfield. He'll take over in left field as Christian Bartholomew has come on to pitch. And that leaves at first base now would be our former pitcher, Alex Hermanson.
So wholesale changes. See what Bartholomew is able to do to this Blair lineup. Blair is able to approach games when I think they feel like they really need a win, Brett. And their level of play in these games is phenomenal, and it's the reason why they do so well in the postseason. During that tournament, people can knock the Prep A tournament if they want. It's only 4 teams, but that double elimination tournament is one of the toughest things to win. It is you get the absolute best out of your guys, and it is the absolute most pressure you could put on a high schooler is that tournament. And the past couple of years, if you've watched them, they've been phenomenal. Blair last year winning in the if necessary game, and then the year before doing the same thing, coming from the losers bracket. So a really impressive run here, and you don't do that without guys that are able to really get up and play their best in the biggest games.
So Bartholomew on the pitch, and the first one's up high, 1-0 to Hidalgo Gato. And Peddie does not want this game to get away from them early. Hidalgo Gato sacrificed his first at bat, so he does not have an official plate appearance. Headed Norway, fouled off, and it counts 1-1. So now Bartholomew will get set. And now time called to plate. We'll do it again. 2-0 Buccaneers lead. We're in the bottom half of the second inning, and the Bucs threatening for some more here. Bartholomew looks at the runners and then deals. It's up high. 2-1. So now the set by Bartholomew, and he delivers a 2-1. Skied it right center field, shading over, and making the play is Wilson, and now retired aside. So the Bucs threaten but do not score. We head to the top of the third. 2-0 Blair leads Peddie here on Strive Network. Back here at Blair Academy, 2-0 as we head to the top of the third. You can close the book pitching-wise on Alex Hermanson. Allowed 2 runs and 3 hits. Walked 2, did not strike out a batter in his 1 2/3 innings of work.
Yeah, and I actually kind of like this move by Eric Treese, getting him out of the game, saving his arm. The last thing you want to do is when a kid's on a roll, obviously, you don't want to kind of leave him out there to dry, and we don't know what that can do to his confidence, even though I think Alex Hermanson is a pretty strong-willed, high-character guy. But this way he has him for the week and the weekend, and there are a lot of good Maple League games that are happening soon. And I was just talking to you a little bit earlier before the game, Brett, about this. The Maple for baseball is wide open now. It goes by record. Hun School is playing Mercersburg Academy, who came to Blair and took 2 from Blair. They've won the past 2 years. And, that obviously is going to end in either a split or a sweep for Hun. And it's wide open. Blair has beaten Lawrenceville. Lawrenceville has beaten Peddie. Peddie's beaten Lawrenceville. Peddie's beaten Blair. Hun has beaten Peddie. Lawrenceville has beaten Hun twice. Mercersburg has swept Peddie and Blair. So it's wide open. So there are some really important games coming up here throughout the rest of the season, and everything kind of jam-packed with all of the cancellations and the postponements earlier in the year due to the weather.
Nice crowd showing up here at Wakefield Diamond. The junior varsity playing about 1,000 feet to our left, down the left field line. Mike Peters to lead things off here in the top half of the third. Peters started the game at first base, slid over to third with the pitching change. As now everything seems to be in order and we're ready to go. The senior Christian Sook heading to Nicholls State, as you had mentioned at the top, as a pitcher. Gets going here in the third. That's in there for a strike, 1-1. Peters will be fouled by Christian Bartholomew and Joe Bulger. Fouled off to the first base side and out of play, and counts 1-2. And once again, Sook is working at a very good clip here.
Is this the webcast? So is that the camera right there?
The 1-2 is missed down low, counts 2-2. 2-0 Blair. Top half of the third. Swing and a miss. Nope, fouled it off at the plate. And the count remains at 2-2. And so the scoreboard operator will have to put all the numbers back up on the board. As home plate umpire James Lebo takes a little bit of a stroll. I can't quite see what's going on down there. Looks like everything might be an equipment problem, as we didn't see the catcher Hidalgo Gatto head on off for a moment.
That's a good call. I think that's exactly what it is. I think we had some a faulty helmet, something like that.
Probably popped off on the might have been on the backswing or something. Either way. Take this moment while we're waiting for the equipment to be fixed up here. It's been a successful run here for the Blair Buccaneers, back-to-back championships, and those things don't come easily.
No, they really don't. And the games last year to end, I mean, the championship games last year, they took place at Peddie. They were incredible. So Lawrenceville forced the if necessary game. They came out of the losers bracket. They beat Sean Lubreski, who's their ace, who's at NJIT now, Brett's brother. And they came up with a 2-1 victory. It was a really good game. And Lawrenceville, at this point, when you come through the losers bracket, you really don't have much pitching at your disposal. But they had guys step up in big ways. And then Blair had their postgraduate last year, Jordan Barbarata, who's at UMass now. Pitched maybe the game of his life in the championship game, 17 strikeouts in 10 innings. And Blair was the visiting team because it was a coin toss, right? So they flipped a coin before the game. Lawrenceville became the home team, even though they were the lower seed. And Lawrenceville had runners on second and third in the bottom of the 10th inning. Weren't able to get those in. A couple failed suicide squeeze attempts. Blair stood strong, and they wound up getting the runs back in the top of the 11th and won the game in 11. And it was, it was a phenomenal game, and it showed a lot of perseverance and a lot of ability to deal with adversity, and that's why this team has been so successul for so long.
Well, we're back into play now. Breaking ball, that's in there for a strike. And yet another strikeout for Sook. It's his 6th. And there's one away here in the third.
Kind of dirty to come off of that really long break there and break off a breaking ball. I think most hitters are expecting a fastball there after that long of a break, but not today.
Christian Bartholomew now steps in and watches a fastball sail by for a strike, 0-1. All of us here are waiting for the shadow that we are in to slowly leave. Swung on and missed, 0-2. It might warm up a bit for us. Otherwise, a beautiful day here in Blairstown. Sook ready with an 0-2. Swing and a miss, and another strikeout. It's number 7 for Christian Sook, 2 away.
And Brett, only the top of the third. Am I right?
You are correct, sir.
Pretty impressive day so far for the Blair ace.
Only player to put it into play thus far is Scott Miller with the fly out to left to finish the second. Joe Bolger, the number 9 hitter for the Falcons, now steps to the plate. Swing and a miss, 0-1. You are right from the get-go. Christian Sook has been throwing with intent. Curveball in there for a strike, 0-2. Talk about the filth. He just snaps off those breaking balls. Comes back with a fastball at the knees for strike 3. Sook has struck out the side yet again. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the third. 2-0. Blair Buccaneers here on Strive Network. Back here at Blair Academy, bottom half, I should say, of the third, 2-0 Buccaneers. And the first pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1 to Ed Lair. Lair singled home a run in his first at bat. He's 1 for 1. Lacrosse game behind us. Blair's got a 13-9 lead on Vernon in the second half. That one missed, 1-1. So now Bartholomew will wind and deal it. Skied right side, and it'll make it out of play, and the count's 1-2.
And we just saw right there, Brett, Eddie leading the Blair Buccaneers in every single offensive category. Average, hits, extra base hits, home runs, RBI. He's been having a phenomenal year.
He'll face a 1-2 here. This one's slapped out to right. It's going to get down, fair ball, down the line. Lair rounds first on his way to second, and he'll slide in with a double.
And that is the Eddie Lair special. They might as well play all 3 outfielders down the right field line. Every single one of his hits, seemingly, aside from the one in the first inning, he likes going to the right side of the field, and it's a beautiful job staying back on it. Off the end of the bat, but still, when you let the ball travel, good things happen.
Oh, you just heard the buzzer in the background. Blair beats Vernon 13-9 in girls lacrosse. And pitch up high, 1-0 to Brett Lubreski. His brother, as you were mentioning, pitching now for NJIT, got a 3-2 record with a 3.89 earned run average and 26 strikeouts in his freshman campaign for NJIT. Way up with the fastball, 2-0.
And you heard Jim Stone talk about it before the game, Brett. He was really their table setter. He was their leadoff hitter. He broke every stolen base record that the school had season career. So very, very valuable position player, now doing a great job on the mound in college.
2-0 is up and counts now 3-0 with Christian Suka waiting on deck.
And of course, Brett will join him next year. I believe they play their home games in the Newark Bears Stadium.
Yes, you're right. Bears and Eagles Riverfront Stadium, which there is no Newark Bears anymore. So the Highlanders are the only tenants there as of right now, except for a wood bat adult league. That's ball 4. We won't get into that.
When I think Newark Bears, I think Jose Lima and Ricky Henderson.
Don't forget the Canseco brothers.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I had the privilege of working parts of a season in that press box, one of their last seasons up there.
All right.
Actually called the last professional no-hitter in the state of New Jersey. It's in there for a strike, 0-1 to Christian Suck. He grounded out to third his first time up, but it drove in a run.
That's great. That's a great stat.
Yeah, it's the Newark Bears against the Quebec Capitals back in July a couple years ago. It's fouled off.
Now, were they in the Atlantic League?
At that time, no. They were in the Can-Am League.
Okay.
They played the Capitals, who eventually would win their 5th consecutive championship that season. And, however, a no-hitter was thrown by Mike Ness of the Newark Bears, despite 6 Bears errors in that game. Pitch stays up there, and it counts now 1-2. 2-0 here, bottom half of the third, 2-1, nobody out. Bartholomew checks and delivers. They hit him. That plunks Sook, and the bases are now loaded. And so the Buccaneers have a chance to really open things up here, and Kyle Walker will have his first crack at it.
And one of the assistant coaches here for Blair, guy that came to Blair, I believe, as a postgraduate, Kevin Reese, had a great career at Lafayette, and is now helping out when he can get here. And he's doing a phenomenal job here, as always. He played for the Camden River Sharks a couple years in the independent league as well, as we were just mentioning it. We have a pinch runner into the game that our producer Alex Roberts is pretty fired up about.
No, Willie Kaiser, number 7, checks in to run for Sook. This one's lined out to right field, staying up. Wilson makes the catch, tagging from third, and coming across to score is Blair. It's a sac fly for Walker, and it gives the Buccaneers a 3-0 lead. Moving to third on the play is Lubreski.
It's a really good swing by Walker. Again, Blair doing a phenomenal job going to the opposite field all day long, something that they work on a lot in batting practice, and seeing the ball deep. We have a first and third situation with the speedy Kaiser on first. We'll see if Jim Stone puts him in motion.
Here's Lopez, who's 0 for 1, grounded out to short his first time up. This popped foul, back at home and out of play, 0-1. So the Bucks now have a 3-0 lead here in the bottom half of the third. And by the way, it's in high school baseball, you will see it where the pitchers get pinch run for. By no means does that mean that Christian Sook is taken out of the game. Squeeze attempt here, put down perfectly. Only played a first. Excellent job there by Arlen Lopez, getting the sacrifice. And the run batted in. It's now 4-0 Buccaneers.
And we'll take another look at it here. We heard the squeeze yell, but unfortunately not in time for Bartholomew to adjust his pitch. A great job by Brett Lubreski and a perfect job by Lopez getting it down in a great spot. That's just tremendous execution by the Bucks.
So 3-4 on the sacrifice. Pitch is up and away, 1-0 to Andreas. He walked his first time up. Great way to get yourself an RBI there, Mr. Lopez.
You know, and I just love that call because you have a really fast runner on first base, right? You have a really fast, smart runner on third base, and you have the entire team thinking steal, 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 and before you know it, there's a squeeze on, and you can't adjust to it.
That pitch is in there for a strike on the breaking ball, and the count's now 2-1. 4-0 Buccaneers here in the last half of the third.
So far, it's just been an absolute clinic, offensively, defensively here for the Bucs.
Swing and a miss, and the count's 2-2. And it'd be interesting to see if, with the speedy Kaiser on second base, if they're going to decide to send him. This one lifted out in the air to left center field. Shading over and making the catch is Ferraro, and the inning is over. But two more across for the Buccaneers on just one hit and one left. We've played three here at Wakefield Diamond. 4-0 Buccaneers here on Strive Network. We head to the top half of the fourth inning, and Blair's got a 4-0 lead on Peddie, and Christian Sook moving right along here. He's got 8 strikeouts of the first 9 batters that he's faced. Jonathan Hu has been one of the 8 strikeout victims. He'll lead things off.
Hey, can you say that again, Brett? Just so our listeners and viewers at home.
I just want to know 8 strikeouts of the first 9 batters he's faced.
That's insane.
3 of them looking, 5 of them swinging. The 1-0 put into play, right field and deep. Ring is going back on it, and it makes the catch, spinning around in right field for the first out.
Beautiful job by Neil Ring and Brett. You know, if you're paying attention at home, obviously it's only been 3 innings, but Christian Sook has not allowed a base runner yet. And one of our producers here doing the score for us, Alex Roberts, happened to mention that out loud to everybody and was quite scared when this pitch was hit out to right field.
A little nervous moments there. Usually good defensive plays will come in special moments, in special pitching performances. And that might have to put a circle around that one. Ferraro struck out as well in the first. Pitch is in there for a strike, 1-1. Or check it, 2-1. So Ferraro digs back in, the center fielder. Set and fouls it off, and it counts 2-2. Peter Manny awaits on deck here in the top half of the fourth. This one lined out to left center field, heading on over Lubreski, and can't get there. It drops down. On his way to second is Ferraro. And with one out, all is broken up Ferraro, the first hit for the Falcons, a double.
That was a really good swing for Ferraro. We'll take another look at it here. Walker, a really good hustle, tried to make a play on it. Just couldn't get the job done out in left center field. Lebreski coming in. Full extension, just out of his reach. Really, really nice play or attempt there by Walker.
So out of the stretch for the first time is Sook, and he delivers low 1-0 to Peter Manny, who struck out in his first at bat. The pitch. Grounded to the left side. Checking the runner is Lopez before he throws across the diamond in time. And there's 2 men down.
Well, that's a great job by Arlene Lopez at third base to check the runner, understand he has time, and make a really nice play. He looks very, very comfortable at third base. He keeps making plays like that. He might earn himself a spot in the starting lineup for the rest of the season come tournament time as well.
Baraka Wilson struck out to lead off the second. He stands in the box now. Sook steps off and will regather here. Thomas, we might like to, well, we'll get to that in a second. As Sook takes a look and deals. Fouled back. As we might like to, we do like to bust chops amongst our crew every now and again. I just wonder how good the lunch tastes in the cafeteria here. We're all smiles up here with an 0-1 count. That miss. That's in there, I should say, for a strike, nothing in 2.
Yeah, I think Alex is going to have to buy Christian many meals for the rest of the year. And I'm going to tell him. I'm going to tattle. I'm going to straight up tattle on him.
At least a pickoff attempt at second base. Not in time. Just diving back was Ferraro.
That's a good way to get rid of the only base runner you've allowed.
So again, a 2-strike count for Sook against Wilson. Swing and a miss. Struck him out swinging for the second time. So a 1-out double is left stranded. We've played 3.5. Buccaneers 4, Falcons nothing here on Strive Network. Back here at Wakefield Diamond, we head to the bottom of the 4th. The Blair Buccaneers have themselves a 4-0 lead. Brett Luthner, Tom Monfiletto here on what's turning out to be a cooler day than we expected, and definitely crisp for sure. And to lead things off is Tommy Kimmelman, the second baseman, lined out to short his first time up, and takes up high for a ball. Lineup turns over after this. Neil Ring and David Hidalgo Gatto due up here in the home half of the fourth. The pitch in there for a strike. Counts 1-1. Bartholomew's 1-1 is in there for a strike, 1-2. So now Bartholomew finding a little bit of a rhythm here in the fourth. He'll wind and deal. This one's slapped out to right field and fading fast. Coming on Wilson and can't make the play. Rounding first is Kimmelman on his way to second. He'll hold up there with a leadoff double.
And that's why you hustle out of the box, Brad. He was thinking two the entire way. He knew it was going to be a difficult play. Didn't just coast into first, happy with a single. Came in with a beautiful, I mean, that in the books, that looks like a ball off the wall. But that's all hustle right there, and a great job by one of the senior leaders on this Buccaneer squad.
And Wilson did his best to get there, just couldn't reel it in. And so a leadoff double. Brings up Neil Ring, who's 1 for 1. That's in there for a strike. Ring doubled to lead things off in the first, then drew a walk in the second. That walk chased starting pitcher Hermanson. The 0-1, way up high, 2-0. Hidalgo Gatto is due up next. That pitch is up high and the count's now 3-0. So Ring taps the plate again as he awaits this 3-0 delivery. That's way up high.
I think it was 2-1.
Okay, sorry. I
crossed up a little bit here. It's all right.
Scoreboard's not reading too. And one of the things, too, is home plate umpire James Lebo is very late with his turn for the strike call. And he turns away from us as well. That's missed, ball 4. And now the walk is issued. And so 2 on, nobody out for Hidalgo Gatto.
And Ring's on base percentage is 1,000 for the day, Brett. And we talk about kind of the lineup shuffling that's been going on this year. Doing a great job in that leadoff spot, getting on base. His number one job, and he's been doing it really well.
Hidalgo Gatto's 0 for 1. He squares the bunt and pulls back for a ball, 1-0. He laid down the sacrifice, 3-4. That was back in the first to move Ring to third, and Ring would eventually score. He also flew out to right.
And this is why he is batting after somebody that gets on base so much, so he can move runners over.
The 0-1 squared a bunt, but it's fouled back and the count's 1-1. Toughest pitch to lay down a bunt is that high fastball.
Exactly.
And that ball is going to start to roll down the street. Beautiful campus here at the Blair Academy. And one of the roads leading back to the athletic complex. The ball's starting to roll down there. This one couldn't lay it down, but right through the glove, and the throw down to third is safe. Missed tag. Everybody is safe. That is going to be an error on the pitcher.
We'll take a look at this throw from Bartholomew from the angle here right next to third base. And you'll see he does indeed miss. Bartholomew unable to get the initial play and then sails this one. And you see Kimmelman, it's an outstanding athletic job there, did not touch him at third base. So a good call by the umpire. And now we have bases loaded here. Blair threatening once again.
E1 on that play. Second error of the game for the Peddie Falcons. And now the bases are loaded, but not before a conversation between the coach, Eric Tresson, for Peddie, And I believe he was having a conversation with the base umpire there, that being Jeff Churchill. So they're loaded for Ed Lair.
Not the guy you want at the plate if you're Peddie with the bases loaded. The leading RBI guy for the Buccaneers, leading hitter for the Bucs.
This one in there for a strike, 0-1. Lair singled and scored, singled in a run and scored. That was in the first. He also doubled and scored in the third. 2 for 2. The 0-1. Ripped it out to right center field. Shading over and making the play is Ferraro. Everybody tagging in. Throw to the plate is not in time. It's a sac fly for Ed Lair and an RBI, and the score is now 5-0 in favor of Blair.
Another beautiful slide from Kimmelman. We'll take another look at it in slow motion here. Avoiding the tag. The throw beats him, but a great throw, and that's fundamental baseball there. Mike Andre, as the on-deck hitter, is in a perfect spot to tell Kimmelman where he needs to slide and that he has to slide in the first place. Or I'm sorry, that's Brett Lubreski that was doing that. That's just knowing the game and doing a great job.
And here is Lubreski at the plate now. The left-hander watches that breaking ball in for a strike, 0-1. Lubreski doubled in the first and also drew a walk and scored in the third. So his on base is 1,000 as well for this game. The 0-1 takes up high, 1-1. Christian Sook awaits on deck as the Buccaneers have themselves a 5-0 lead.
So how about that throw from Ferraro? It was pretty impressive as well from center field.
Missed outside. 2-1 to count here in the bottom half of the fourth. Now Bartholomew sets and deals. Lifted out in the air to left center field. Shading under it is who makes the catch. The throw is into second base. Coming across to score is Ring. It's a sacrifice fly for Lubreski, and it's now 6-0 in favor of the Buccaneers.
And you know, that all starts with the hustle of Kimmelman getting that double to start things off, and then Ring with the walk, and then a couple sac flies bring him home. So good base running and good timely situational hitting by the Bucs.
So 2 outs with a runner on first, and it brings up Christian Sook. Grounded out to first, his first at bat, but that got him an RBI as he fouls this one off, and he got hit by a pitch in the third. $6-0 Buccaneers as we are in the last half of the fourth. Bartholomew sets and now delivers. Chopped out to the left side, moving over for it. Peters to throw across the diamond in time, and the inning comes to a close. But 2 more for the Buccaneers. We head to the fifth. It's the Blair Academy 6 and Peddie School nothing here on Strive Network. Up and brings up Scott Miller. The first one to put the ball in the play against Christian Sook. He flew out to left field in his first at bat. He's 0 for 1. 6-0 Buccaneers with the lead. Breaking ball is in there for a strike, 0-1. As we are now, hopefully we have all of it resolved. This one lifted out to the right side and short, but it's hanging up there. And a play made by Ring, 2 outs.
Well, I think he dropped it, Brett. It's in and out of his glove.
I actually took my eye off of it for a moment. You are correct. So it's an E9. And that's what happens when you take things for granted. Snap throw to first, and getting back easily is Miller. Brings up Mike Peters, who struck out his first time up. So Ring with the drop. It was only his 3rd error of the season. Counts 1-1. Snap throw to first again.
As you mentioned, the wind a little bit tricky here. You know, came in on it, had to kind of come in on it, maybe a little bit more than.
Christian Bartholomew awaits on deck. That one's in the dirt, and heading on down to second and sliding in is Miller. So Miller in scoring position here with 1 out in the 5th. And Peters got himself a 2-2 count. The pitch is up high, and the count's now full. Sook has got his sign. Comes set, delivers. Lifted in the air to left field. Walker started in and then moves back on it. Makes the play. Tagging from second is Miller, heading to third, and he'll make it in there safely. So Peters on the fly out, 2 away, and it brings up Christian Bartholomew.
It's a good swing by Peters. And a nice play by Walker to get back on it and make the play, make the catch.
Bartholomew struck out back in the 3rd. And Sook has found a little more of tough sledding here the second time through the lineup. Missed inside 1-0. Christian Sook struck out 8 of the first 9 batters that he faced. He's only got 1 strikeout since then. That was Baraka Wilson. Swing and a miss. And it counts. Should be, is it 1-1 or 0-2? What do we got here? Either way, the pitch is inside. Should be 2-1. 2 outs here, top half of the 5th, and the Buccaneers lead by 6. Miller takes his lead off third. Sook delivers. Swung on and missed. Counts 2-2. Sook is ready, takes a glance at third, and delivers. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Bartholomew down on strikes. 10 strikeouts now for Christian Sook. We head to the bottom of the 5th, and the Buccaneers lead 6-0 here on Strive Network. We head to the bottom half of the fifth. 6-0 the score. And the first batter of the inning sees a strike, 0-1, and that being Kyle Walker. Flew out to right field twice. He's 0 for 2. Bartholomew deals up high, and it counts 1-1. Oops, sorry about that.
That's okay. Bartholomew's done a pretty good job in relief of Hermanson. Good inning for the Bucks last inning, but he gave up 2 sac flies, hasn't given up too many hard hit balls.
And that's bounced to third. The throw across the diamond by Peters is in time, 1 away.
And Lopez has, Peters has done a pretty good job at third base as well. So, Peddie has some talent on the team. They always do. And they can make a run just as well as anybody else towards the end of the season.
Here's Lopez. He is 0 for 1. Drove in a run with the squeeze plays last time up and takes it up high, 1-0. Also grounded out to shortstop. That was the first time around. Now the delivery. And there for a strike, 1-1. 1. Lopez set at the plate here. Bartholomew winds and delivers. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Mike Andreas awaits on deck for the Buccaneers here in the bottom half of the fifth. And time is called at the plate. Now a pitch, whoa, look out. Dancing out of the way there was Lopez. And counts now 2-2. Bartholomew finally gets his sign, and he'll wind and deliver. And that one catches Lopez on the leg, and Lopez will trot down to first.
Lopez was thinking about swinging there for a second, and it caught him right in the leg. Good thing he didn't break the plane there with his bat, or else I would have called it a strike. So another leadoff runner for the Bucks.
If you're going to catch somewhere, you might as well catch the meaty part of the body. Legs are usually such. Andreas is 0 for 1. Walked into second, flew out to center in the third. And sliding back is Lopez.
I'd like to see Andreas get his hacks in here. See what is on now for the Bucks. A 6-run lead.
Pitch missed for a ball, 1-0.
I think Jim Stone is going to let Andreas hit here.
Bartholomew set and delivers the 0-1. Skied it beyond second base. Going out on it is the shortstop Bulger, and he makes the play for the second out. Wind is shifted now and is pretty much blowing across the diamond, third to first. Here with 2 outs. You may hear it whipping up in the background. Tommy Kimmelman is 1 for 2. Popped out to short his first time up and then doubled in the fourth. And this one right through the legs of the shortstop Bulger and into left field. That'll be an E6.
Kimmelman is the rally starter, Brett. He just hits everything hard, always squares it up. Really impressed with what I've seen out of Kimmelman so far here today. Look at this swing. Stays through the zone, nice and level. Tough out.
Top of the order here, it's Neil Ring. He's reached base all 3 times today. doubled in the first, walked in the second and fourth. And that misses low and in, 1-0. Two on, two out here, home half of the fifth. The 1-0. Missed up high, 2-0. Figure by the time we wrap things up here, the sun will just be into our neighborhood.
Usually how it works, Brett.
That missed, and it's 3-0. And so now Bartholomew's set. Hidalgo Gato is waiting on deck. That's in there for a strike, 3-1, as Bartholomew took a little something off it. That missed down low ball 4, and the bases are loaded.
The Ring really does. He has a great eye, and he's so disciplined because we saw the first pitch of the game that he saw, not the first pitch of the game, but the first pitch for the Bucks in the bottom half of the first inning. He took into left center field, and that was a perfect pitch. So he's really gone through how disciplined of a hitter he is. He's been able to show it here today.
So Hidalgo Gato stepped, walked his last time up. 1 for 2, 1 for 1, 0 for 1, I should say, and lines this one down in the left field for a base hit. 2 runs looking to come home to score. The throw is in time and out at the plate. As trying to stretch it was Kimmelman, but he is thrown out by the left fielder who. Excellent throw there to finish the inning. 7-2 on that put out, but another run does come across.
And I'll take another look at this as Lopez imploring him to slide. Kimmelman done such wizardry on the base pass today. Couldn't get this one across. So only one comes in, but a nice hit from Hidalgo Gato, and another run tacked on to this lead for the Bucks.
We've finished 5. It's the Buccaneers 7 and the Falcons nothing here on Strive Network. Back here on Strive Network, we head to the top half of the 6th, and the Buccaneers exacting some revenge thus far for their defeat 16 days ago. They have themselves a 7-0 lead over Peddie. And it'll be 9-1-2. Bulger, Hu, and Ferraro due up for the Falcons. Bulger's 0 for 1, struck out looking his first time up. Goes right through that pitch, 0-1.
And a lot of the, as this one comes in from Sook,
That's in there for a strike quickly 0-2.
a lot of this tournament is about getting hot at the right time, really, and everything clicking at the right time. And Blair has been improving as the year has gone on. Pitchers have been doing really well. They saw a great outing from Eddie Lair this week. Only gave up 1 hit to Hill, who can be a tough team as well. So
The 0-2, strike 3 at the knees. Another strikeout. It's number 11 for Sook. This one away.
So Blair has Sook throwing the way that he's throwing. They have Lair throwing the way he's capable of throwing. Lubreski, who showed what he's capable of against Lawrenceville a couple weeks ago in a 9-1 victory. And they'll be in great shape heading into this tournament.
Strike called to who? Nothing in 1. Struck out in the first, flew out to right in the 4th.
Another characteristic of Blair teams, they have so many guys that can throw.
Breaking ball missed, 1-1.
In addition to the ones I just mentioned, Mike Andreas, a big tall lefty coming in, can get outs for them. Neil Ring.
This one lifted in the air, way up there. Shortstop Lair calling for it, makes the play, 2 down. So 2 away, and it brings up Mike Ferraro. He's the one that's got the lunch money on the table now. He struck out in the first and then a double in the 4th. He's 1 for 2. The only player for Peddie that's got something in the hit column. Swung on and missed, and right through the catcher, nothing in 1. Only 2 players for Peddie have reached base. Ferraro's double, and then Miller on an E9. That's been it.
And behind every good pitching performance is a great performance out of the catcher, and Hidalgo Gatto has done a great job in so many subtle ways today. You know, that pace that Christian Sook likes to pitch at,
As this one's fouled off.
that has a lot to do with the guy behind the plate getting it back to him quickly, setting up properly, getting it just keeping the flow of the game going, and he's done a great job at that so far here today.
Sook's got an 0-2 coming to the plate. Lifted in the air, left side, actually right by the mound. Sook is actually going to be the one calling for it and catches it to end the inning. You don't see it too often, but Christian Sook just decided, I'll take care of this myself. 3 up, 3 down. We head to the bottom of the 6th. 7-0 Buccaneers with the lead here on Strive Network. Back here at Wakefield Diamond, Brett Luthner, Tom Monfiletto, bottom half of the 6th inning we go with a 7-0 lead. And we do have ourselves a new pitcher here. Stepping in to pitch is number 6. We'll get all that stuff in a second for you. I'm trying to organize the score sheet. In the meantime, it's Blair to lead it off. Pitch was in there for a strike, 0-1. Trying to organize it all and get everything lined up for you. This one bounced out to second. Easy play on over for the first out. The new pitcher, by the way, is Ryan Scheukenbrod. If it came across my printer correctly. So Ryan Scheukenbrod, the freshman, coming on to pitch here in the 6th. And he'll face Lubreski now. 1-0 the count to the left-handed hitting Lubreski. The pitch, and that one's up high, 2-0. So Bartholomew did a good job there, just trying to keep things under some control. That's bounced in the dirt, 3-0. But in the end, time to give way to some of the depth on this Peddie squad.
I think you're going to start to see some more hitters get in the game here for the Bucks.
Potentially. The Rio's way up high, ball 4. Lubreski draws a 4-pitch walk. Just when you say that, Christian Sook's spot comes up and he's out for a pinch hitter. That being Jose Martinez, number 14.
And I bet Sook is going to re-enter the game to finish it off for the 7th here. Doesn't strike me as somebody that would be okay with coming out of the game after he has put together this masterpiece so far here today.
This one fisted out to the right side, foul. And keep in mind, he was pinch run for earlier in the game as well.
Courtesy runners here in high school will allow you to kind of plug and play with no repercussions. So
foul back to the screen, 1-2.
So that does not count against his re-entry. Martinez with a nice short swing. Go up the middle. Pretty well. Saw him put on a show in batting practice earlier today.
Trying to find his swing. 1 for 8 thus far in the season from the batter's box. Watch that dance low and in. And it counts 2-2.
This Blair team, when they have everything rolling, when they have their guy on the mound, when they're running the bases well, putting the ball in play, getting on base, and going gap to gap, they're a very, very, very tough team to beat when they are at their best.
The 2-2 is low. The count's run full. Interesting to note, a couple of other Blair players just coming from the bullpen area. Payoff pitch, lined into center field and drifting, but staying up for Ferraro, makes the catch. Heading back to first is Lubreski, is 2 outs.
A nice swing by Martinez, a nice play by Ferraro out in center field. It was a good at-bat for Martinez.
So 2 away now, and it brings up Kyle Walker, who is 1 for 3. Check it now. 0 for 2, I should say. The one I'm seeing is the RBI. He had a sac fly in his second plate appearance in the 3rd. and takes that one low, 1-0.
And Brett, I kind of remember seeing Sook kind of, I wouldn't say hobbling, but favoring one leg over the other as he was exiting the field. So we might indeed see a new pitcher in the 7th.
Lifted in the air to right field, chasing it down, Wilson. It's foul, though, as it makes its way out of play. And counts 1-1. With the 7-0 lead, too, you would imagine that, all right, let's, if you're Coach Stone, just let's get it down the stretch here and head home, boys. In the dirt, 2-1. Stepping back in is Walker. If he keeps the inning alive, Lopez awaits on deck, or is due up at least next. Pitch missed low, and it counts 3-1. Blair got 2 in the first, 2 more in the third, another 2 in the fourth, and 1 in the fifth to account for their 7 runs here. Swung on and fouled back. And it's a full count here with 2 outs, and that'll send Lubreski in motion. Lubreski to take his lead off of first. Hermanson will peel off. This one's fouled, and we'll do it again. Another payoff pitch. That's down low, ball 4. So Lubreski will get the trot to second. As heading on over to first is Walker on the walk. So with 2 down, it brings up Lopez. Arlen Lopez watches this one in the dirt, and everybody stays put, 1-0. Lopez bounced to short in the second. Sacrifice, the squeeze play was successful. The RBI in the third, and then was hit by a pitch and scored in the 5th.
A couple nice plays in the field as well, so good, promising start from Lopez.
Rips this one in the left field for a base hit. Putting on the brakes is Coach Stone, and it'll be bases loaded with 2 outs. And that was one heck of a swing put on by Lopez there.
Really nice swing, well timed as well. Good piece out of Lopez, and I think he is nestling himself. He could be nestling himself into an everyday starting position here for Blair. I think Coach Stone has to be encouraged by what he's seen here today.
Mike Andrews, the first baseman, steps in. He's 0 for 2. Walked in the second, flew out to center, and popped out to short. And watches that one up high, 1-0. Blair up 7-0, and if they clear the bases, this one up high, 2-0, would draw that 10-run mark.
Take a look at this swing from Lopez. Really nice looking swing out of the sophomore.
2-0 pitch on the way. In there for a strike, 2-1.
I think everybody here, Coach Stone and Mike, and obviously the Blair team would love to see Mike really just get into one, put one into the gap.
Slapped it foul towards Coach Stone, who couldn't make the play over at third, and kind of had a look on his face like, why didn't I get that? Counts 2-2.
Expects a lot out of himself.
That's one of those where you just say, hey, I should be able to pick that one. You could just tell by his facial expression that they thought he should have. That missed, and the count's now run full, and there's no place to put Mike Andreas. Bases are loaded here with 2 outs in the 6th. Tommy Kimmelman awaits, or is due up next, I should say. Everybody's going on to 3-2. Slapped it to third, but jumping to make the play, Peters. And the inning is over. So the Buccaneers load him up, but they leave him stranded there. We go to the 7th. Buccaneers with a 7-0 lead here on Strive Network. Heading to the top half of the 7th inning, Buccaneers looking to finish off a fine performance here, up 7-0 on their rivals, the Peddie Falcons. Brett Luthner, Tom Monfiletto here on hand, and Christian Suck back on for the 7th inning, and he's pitched well through the first 6.
Well is an understatement, Brett. He has taken charge of this entire game, set the tone early. 8 out of his first 9 hitters that he faced retired by strikeout.
He's got 11 strikeouts on the afternoon and sails one outside, 1-0 to Peter Manny. Manny struck out in the first and bounced out to third in the 4th. And then lifts this one deep to left center field, drifting over Lubreski, over Walker, and he'll make the play as that ball died as it got near the wall for the first out.
A nice play by Walker. You said it perfectly. It did die. I thought that ball was carrying. It did not, and that's why Sook is so effective too, is even when he does get hit hard, he throws such a heavy ball. It's really difficult to drive one against him.
Baraka Wilson steps in. He struck out twice, both times swinging, once in the 2nd, once in the 4th. And then missed the barely got a piece of the breaking ball, 0-1. It's Alex Hermanson's spot due up next. With the changes and everything, wonder if that's still there. It is swung on a miss. Wilson fooled badly by that pitch, 0-2. The wind and deal. Fouled off. We'll do it again. So now Suck has got the ball back, winds and delivers. Swing and a miss. 3rd time Wilson is struck out, all time swinging. And there's 2 down here in the 7th.
He's just so calm and composed, and you can just tell when he has a hitter right where he wants him. And he's just been such great command today. He's been able to throw any pitch that he wants for a strike. He's been able to throw it at any point in the count, throwing with a ton of confidence today. It's a really, really great outing for the Blair Ace.
Alex Hermanson struck out looking in the 2nd, flew out to center in the 5th, and watches that one sail for a ball, 1-0. If he keeps it alive, Scott Miller's spot due up next. That's in there for a strike, 1-1. This one ripped out to center field and deep. Lubreski going back on his horse. Then it dies down again for Lubreski again, and he catches it right in front of the fence for the 3rd out. Lubreski did a great job tracking that one down and catches it in front of the fence. And for Christian Sook, A complete game, one-hit shutout, striking out 12.
Brad, we're going to take another look at that. What a play by Lubreski. Almost falls over the fence when he makes this play. And such a masterful job, a great piece of hitting by Hermanson. But check out Lubreski. Stays on it the whole time, catches it about 3 feet in front of that fence, and makes the play to end it right by the 390 sign. So that ball was a well-hit baseball. Perfect approach on it by Brett Lubreski, and a great way to end an almost perfect game by the Buccaneers.
Almost perfect. A hit and an error were the only 2 base runners all game long. And so Blair wins it by the final count of 7-0, and really just all game long just played well, hitting the ball, running, fielding, with the exception of the 1 error. Did a great job all the way around.
And this is a big win for them in a big spot. It's a rivalry game, obviously, but it's a league game, and they got revenge on that 7-1 loss earlier in the year. It's a good bounce-back game as well. I mean, Blair has had some. They've gone back and forth, but right now they are really clicking. Obviously, it helps when you got your stud on the mound who's going to go 7 innings for you and strike out over 10 guys. But just a really, really good overall effort here by the Buccaneers. If they can sustain this, coming off these last 2 games, the game that Eddie Blair pitched and got the 1-hitter against Hill, a game today where they were able to manufacture runs, they were able to put the ball in the gap, they made some nice plays defensively, and they had a guy on the mound who was just mowing people down. If they can continue this kind of an effort, they're going to be a really, really tough team to beat, and maybe the team to beat in the Prep A tournament.
Final total, 7 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for the Blair Buccaneers. They left 10 on base. And for the Peddie Falcons, no runs, 1 hit, 3 errors, and they left 2 on base. Christian Suck gets the win. Stellar job. 1 hitter, no walks, and strikes out 12 in the winning effort. For Tom Monfiletto and our production crew here on Strive Network, I'm Brett Luthner. Thank you for watching this presentation of Blair Buccaneers baseball. Once again, the final score, 7-0. The Buccaneers defeat the Peddie Falcons. Good afternoon from Blairstown.